let's get to that promised Jake Tapper video, because he could not contain his delight. But Pablo's right. It doesn't matter that over here in this echo chamber there is delight, and over there in that echo chamber it's just not even being reported. And it's not even that facts are being misrepresented. It's just that facts aren't even getting to a place where any opinions can be changed, because I would think that any reasonable people out there presented with a barrage of new information that makes something they think be exposed in a way that makes the chroniclers of that information liars, I would think that that would shake the credibility of what they previously believed.
Nah.
Yeah, evidently not. So let's just hear Jake Tapper's delight here over in the other echo chamber.
The attorney, Justin Nelson, announced the deal. It's a really unbelievable figure. Fox is going to pay Dominion Voting Systems $787,500,000. Dominion's lawyer saying, quote, today represents a ringing endorsement for truth and for democracy. Fox trying to put a positive face on what can only be interpreted as one of the ugliest and most embarrassing moments in the history of journalism. Fox issued a statement saying, quote, we are pleased to have reached a settlement of our dispute with Dominion Voting Systems. We acknowledge the court's rulings finding certain claims about Dominion to be false. The settlement reflects, I'm sorry, this is going to be difficult to say with a straight face. This settlement reflects Fox's continued commitment to the highest journalistic standards. We are hopeful that our decision to resolve the dispute with Dominion amicably instead of the acrimony of a divisive trial allows the country to move forward from these issues. Unquote. Let's bring back CNN legal analysts Laura Coates and Ellie Holmes.
That was fantastic, Jake Tapper, courtesy of CNN. The funny thing about all of this is the assumption is that, okay, Fox writes a check, and, okay, that's a kind of like a heavy slap on the wrist, something that's just shy of $1 billion. But Fox isn't going to be paying for this. Their viewers are. They'll just raise costs to their carriers, and that'll trickle down to the consumers, and they'll continue to be spoon-fed, and they'll pay a premium to be spoon-fed to have someone regurgitate their truths.
Like, I'm not somebody who thinks, oh, CNN, yes, totally scandal-free, clean sheet of a resume entity in media. I'm not. But it's just a matter of, like, noting where the extremes are. And this Fox Dominion shit is extreme. And I'm already preemptively sensitive to, like, you played Jake Tapper videos. It's like, come on, man. Like, you got to be able to laugh at where we are, because it is actually a low point in the history of journalism.
Beyond that, though, I would say that in this particular back and forth between CNN and Fox, CNN is losing, Jake Tapper is losing, and Fox is winning.
And if anything, CNN had to change their ways because of new ownership. If you if you watch CNN, it is unrecognizable from the place that it was 2 years ago. Jake Tapper is one of the few familiar things about that, but the way that they cover things, their slant on it, it is a lot more centralized.
We're going to get to Pablo's top 5
finally
Clevelander memories in a second, but I wanted to talk about a couple of basketball things with Amin. I don't feel envy very often, but I really am genuinely envious of Charles Barkley's ability to say the Lakers stink, the Lakers will not make the playoffs, and now say the Lakers have a very easy road to the finals, and none of it sticks to him. None of it matters. It is such a glorious place to live in. Only Stugotz lives in it. I don't know.
Remember when Charles Barkley tried to work for the Saudi Arabian government? And everyone was like, oh, that's bad. And then we forgot.
The ability to do that, I mean, is not something we've ever had in sports media. He is unique. I can't imagine there will be another one like him that's allowed to get away with all of everything, just everything.
You're
nothing.
Sitting next to one of them.
Yeah. Me and Chuck, but he's saying after that. Like, you can't imagine anyone else.
You guys are the last of the Mohicans. That's
yes,
what you're
we
saying.
are. Yeah.
I don't know. I think there always will come a person who is charismatic enough to make you just forget. I mean, hell, Stephen A. has had his fair share of missteps and stuff. And
Oh, but people
Coward's
enjoy
pretty
pointing
good.
those out, though. People take great delight in pointing them out. And Charles Barkley,
He's bipartisan. He is a rare bipartisan figure. And I think I talk to enough former athletes now in my life where I'm like, and everybody. Fair. And now all of them recognize, like, why is that guy both Teflon and also happier than everybody who got the rings that they make fun of him for not winning? And it's an incredible thing he's revealed about what we're actually here for.
The other basketball question I wanted to ask, Amin, because I've got Kevin O'Connor of The Ringer says of Jordan Poole, no hope for him. He's not a good basketball player. Just says flatly he's not a good basketball player. And the thing I wanted to ask Amin to deconstruct for me is
he made it to the NBA.
Well, he also got a giant contract. It's not just that he made it to the NBA. The thing I wanted to ask you, though, Amin, because a lot of people like to disparage Draymond Green by saying, well, yeah, if you play with those guys, then you get to be Draymond Green. He'd be a no one. Hell, Dylan Brooks said this of Draymond Green. He'd be a no one if he played on another team. But I want you to answer for me. If the 5th or 6th best player on the Cavs, if Karis LeVert played for the Warriors doing the things Jordan Poole does, would he then be the guy with the max contract? Like, what happened with Jordan Poole where he seemed to be somebody who was important last year? Andrew Wiggins wasn't that good in Minnesota.
He became a champion.
But he goes, yeah, but what I'm asking, Amin, you don't go from a champion to he's not good at basketball. How interchangeable is Jordan Poole? How many people can I put in that situation, and if he's with the Warriors, they're going to get the max contract?
Well, first of all, he didn't get a max contract. Let's start there.
Okay, well, however much he
A
got.
big contract. We have to get the nomenclature right.
10 years ago would have been a max, yeah, but now it's not.
Now it's not.
128.
And if you wanna know, there's one that plays in this city, Tyler Hero. There's one that plays in Philadelphia, Tyrese Maxey.
There's one that's playing against the Warriors right now in Harrison Barnes.
Touche. But the point is, yes, there is this caliber of player who's like good enough to start, but he's probably better coming off your bench, and he's great at creating his own shot, but also has these awful shooting nights sometimes, and you're like, what are you doing? And you question the decision-making, but you hope he can grow to be something better, and he's only 20-some years old. There's all of that going in with all of those guys, and Jordan Poole is one of them. Jordan Poole, I find to be incredibly erratic, but in his erraticism, sometimes he's excellent. And for the Warriors, the hope is as he grows and matures, you can hit more of a steady, consistent level of production, and that's what they're banking on with this money. They're not paying him for what he's doing right now. They're paying him with the hopes that he's going to grow into something more.
Right, like is he going to be C.J. McCollum? Why can I not say C.J. McCollum's name? But C.J. McCollum, is that his ceiling? Or is he a guy who is, a microwave character off the bench?
What do you think his ceiling is, though, Amin? Is it CJ? Is it someone like that?
Yeah, I think like a CJ caliber. Obviously, their games are very different, but yes, that caliber player, someone who's fringe all-star. I believe the Warriors, when they look at him, they think, one day Steph's not going to be here. Can he do Steph-like things when Steph's not here?
Jordan Poole also likes a guitar solo. He's one of those guys who's like, clear out, man, I got this. And then he'll just like riff for like a good 20 seconds, and you're like, sometimes he looks transcendent, like he could be one of the 3 best players on a championship team 5 years from now. But lately, it's like, please get this guy off stage.
I respect Kevin O'Connor's analysis, though. He's a good basketball analyst. For him to say he's not a good basketball player, and you guys are saying Steph-like, like there's a gulf of space between those two things.
I'm not saying he's Steph-like. I'm saying that's what the Warriors hope, because he
They paid for that.
I thought you were saying he was Steph-light.
Neither of those things. But
no, but they
Steph
paid for the
Light,
hope that he could turn into something that's close to Steph Curry, which is absurd, by the way.
We called him,
Not
let's all be honest, though. Last year, during this finals run, we called him another Splash Brother. And now we should probably revise the term on what exactly relative he is.
When you think about a guy who runs around and in very small windows of time can accept the pass, get into his shooting motion, and make it from range. Like, that's what I'm talking about. He's not Steph Curry. He's not half of Steph Curry. He's not 25% of Steph Curry. But if the Warriors offense needs someone
he can
who does that stuff, reasonably well. That's what they hope he can be. Now, on the good nights, he is that. And on the good nights, you could say, Steph, rest. Steph, you don't have to play as much because Jordan has it going and he does that same kind of motion thing that you do. On the bad nights, you don't want to even have him on the floor.
I mean, was he always going to turn into a pumpkin, or can we blame Draymond Green for this? Because I like this.
I was going to say, like, I don't know how to psychoanalytically connect getting punched in the face in the most infamous face-punching incident in sports with him playing, like, utter garbage, but it feels like a reasonable theory.
Put it on the poll, please, Juju, at LeBatardShow. Is Jordan Poole 14% of Steph Curry? Let's get to your top 5 Clevelander moments here. We are running out of time, Pablo, so you've got to bang these out. Number 5.
Oh, I have an OLI. OLI, Dan.
Nice.
The time you and I judged a beauty pageant at the Clevelander. Do you remember that?
I do, my dad as well.
Those are different.
Dan, you ashed a cigar on me that day.
Oh, yeah.
I don't remember that.
No, I know you don't.
I think I got the scoring system wrong. I gave high scores to the people who deserved low scores. Anyway.
How did you manage that?
Yeah,
How were you bad at math? Number 5.
The time I did not barf while eating pickled pig's feet.
Unpleasant.
That was horrifying.
Deeply unpleasant.
Yeah.
You got 4 more than that?
I do.
4.
The time I inadvertently gave Amin Hassan the double bird on ESPNU.
And he walked away scot-free. No repercussions. Harvard.
These all are about you. Got it.
Number 3.
The time I raced Amin Hassan, Billy Gill, and Chris Cody outside on, Collins Avenue.
It was Ocean.
Ocean
That's
Drive.
a fine.
It was Ocean.
Come on.
Yeah.
All look
Ocean's
same.
the one by the ocean.
Pay up, Harvard boy.
All look same.
Collins the one by the call.
Streetist.
You finished 3rd or 4th?
I finished 3rd once, 2nd twice.
Number 2.
The time I was dressed as an orca and had Jesse Ventura tell me 9/11 conspiracy theories.
The body.
And finally, I think I know what number 1 is.
Do you?
Is it former president?
Oh, no, Dan, no. We're saving that for later. www.pablo.show. It's the time I talked to you about my hamsters. Remember my hamster story?
Condom mammals.
Well said.
Say C.J. McCollum again.
McCollum.
Stugotz, it's not a new form of cheating that I'm about to present to you, but it is a form of cheating that I thought had expired. No one was going to try it again. Too many cameras, too much technology, too much GPS tracking. An ultra runner, a Scottish ultra runner, an ultra marathoner, has been banned, suspended from a race in which she finished in 3rd place in a 50-mile race because it was learned after the race she went 2.5 miles by car.
Nice. The old story where someone took a train to the end of the marathon.
Do you remember her name? Do you remember the
No.
Boston? Rosie Ruiz is the famous one. But it was long enough ago that some cheating goes into the ashes of history, and someone else tries it 50 years later. They caught her because she ran 2.5 miles in a little over a minute.
Nice.
It's a sprint.
They were like, wait a second, what's happening here?
Are you suggesting 50 years from now there will be a fishing scandal in which people are putting fish fillets inside a fish to claim that it weighs more?
There you go.
That cycle will be completed as well.
History repeats itself.
I don't want to wait that long.
Jeffrey
That to
Butler,
happen
Shame
again
of a
next
Nation
year.
was what I thought of. You guys remember that one? Jeffrey Butler,
What was that?
Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. That was why he had to leave England because he cheated on the marathon. He took a cab.
Yes.
And they did a documentary.
He hailed a cab.
Jeffrey Butler's Shame of a Nation.
I'm staring at all of you stunned because I was hoping in the telling of that story that I would catch flash across one of your faces the question that I'm about to ask, which is, She finished third.
That's how you do it, though.
Yeah,
That is how you do it.
Exactly right.
Someone tell Fernando Tatis Jr. See, that's how you do
exactly
it.
right.
That's
That's
what we're
how you
talking
cheat.
Should have
Yeah.
finished 6th.
Got to sell it like you're not cheating, Dana.
If you cheat on a test, you don't want 100. Too obvious.
Yeah.
Get some wrong.
88s. Yeah.
I just want to ask the audience, though, how do you feel about yourself
Great.
after you've gone home when you've cheated? Whatever fulfillment you would get from getting a prize at the end of a race is replaced by the possibility that you might get caught, and also you finished third. You did not actually win the race.
Dan, this is real easy. If you got caught, then you feel terrible. If you didn't get caught,
Feel great.
you're telling everybody how awesome you are.
You got a trophy.
Yep.
Yeah.
Showing that all, posting on
Placed.
Instagram.
Yeah.
Yep.
But also, if you get caught cheating at racing because you don't want to race, and the punishment is you're not allowed to race anymore, you didn't really like racing to begin with anyways because you didn't want to do it. So is it really a punishment?
She said she felt sick and that she didn't think that she'd still get counted as finished later. So it was like a miscommunication. I don't know. A lot of it sounds fishy to me.
YouTube audience can see it. Podcast audience, I'm making a face.
Yeah.
Also, only 2.5 miles by car, huh? You couldn't go a little bit further, 7.5 miles, maybe 10 miles, and then you just make up the back end?
You're doing the Fernando Tatis Jr. again.
Yeah, that's
Exactly.
taking the cheating too far.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Too far?
She did a
Yes.
good job,
Yeah.
honestly.
Yeah.
Maybe too good of a job. Maybe
Yeah.
she should have finished fourth.
It's 50 miles. This is a 50-mile race, and only 2.5 miles is what you got in a car?
And imagine the punishment's yo, you can't run ultra marathons anymore. Oh no.
She did run 47.5 miles and finished third. I mean, she has to be pretty good at it, right?
Ultra
I mean,
marathoning's ridiculous. That is so that takes so much time. How are you going to the bathroom? I mean, I covered an ultra marathon once for SI, and it still blows my mind.
Look at me,
You guys think they give trophies for third place?
Everyone
They
gets a
do.
medal
They
for
handed her a
100%,
trophy
yeah.
in the
What's wrong
story,
with this country?
and they were handing her the trophy, and she was like, "Oh shit, I don't know." Apparently,
Get outta here,
yeah.
man.
But if someone's handing you the trophy, you take the trophy.
absolutely.
Deal with
Of course.
deal with it later. You're in
Yep.
all the pictures with the trophy.
Or you have Kid Rock shoot it.
I have missed Manly Manoff host. What are his thoughts on participation trophies?
I wipe my ass with them, Dan. I participate with
How did this guy get here?
I don't know.
weird.
He made an appearance.
I got forever.
Seems forced.